25 years after the fall of the Iron Curtain, wall art graffiti remains one of Berlin's most famous attractions. The East Side Gallery, a 1.3-kilometer-long section of the Berlin Wall, is one of the largest open-air galleries in the world. It consists of more than 100 paintings carried out by artists from all over the world on the east side of the Berlin Wall in 1990. Russian artist Dmitry Vrubel's fraternal kiss between communist leaders Leonid Brezhnev and Erich Honecker is one of the best known. Euronews caught up with the artist in Moscow, where he told us the story behind his famous painting.
We went up to the wall. There was a small shed with paint. A Scottish girl was standing nearby. She offered me a painting contract. There were still East German border guards standing on the wall. They didn't let me cross over to the west, but later, when I started to paint, they gave me water to mix in.
Vrubel dreamt of having his work exposed in a gallery. This was the perfect opportunity. He signed the contract, which was written in German, without even reading it. It took him 7 days to finish the artwork. Only later did he realize he had transferred all his rights to the gallery. But he got what he wanted: global notoriety.
One
morning I was in bed and my friend Alexander Bradowski came and threw 2 newspapers at me. Neues Deutschland, the German communist newspaper, and the Berliner Zeitung. Both headlined with my painting calling it Bruderkuss, the fraternal kiss. That's where the name comes from.
The Fraternal Kiss soon became one of the world's best-known East Side Gallery artworks. However, time, vandals and the elements deteriorated it so badly that it eventually had to be erased and painted over again in 2009, along with many other East Side Gallery pieces. Although it's been interpreted as a political allegory over the past 25 years, the Fraternal Kiss is actually rooted in the artist's troubled love life.
It was linked to my personal life, my relationship with girls. So this work is devoted to love, love, love. To the image of love. At times in our lives, we can all find ourselves stuck between the lips of these kind of monsters. At the time, the painting referred to problems I was having in my personal life.
Although he's never touched any royalties for his famous artwork, Dmitry Vrubel believes the fame it brought him is priceless. He lives in Berlin to this day. Under the communist dictatorship, artists were always treading a thin line when it came to freedom of expression. Fraternity was one of the most popular rock bands in Hungary in the late 70s and repeatedly had fallouts with the authorities. Charismatic frontman Leonid was arrested several times.
We were a phenomenon in Hungary at the time. We didn't fit neatly into one category, as a rock band or a punk band. Something happened there that meant we didn't fit into this manipulated society.
Their foul-mouthed language, strange sense of humour and deviation from official standards didn't appeal to Hungary's communist rulers. Fraternity was banned and members were placed under secret surveillance while building up a massive fan base, especially among working-class youths.
We always told the authorities, oh, sorry, we didn't know it wasn't allowed to say that. But it was very hard to make them believe it. They knew we meant it. And many times I saw on the face of the interrogating officer that deep inside, he agreed with me, but couldn't be on my side.
During live performances of one of their most famous songs, Térden Alvor, Down on Your Knees, band members and the audience would kneel down. At some concerts, however, a handful of people would fail to do so. When intelligence reports were made public years later, it turned out they were secret agents. Band members often thought of leaving the country, but it was impossible at the time.
We started taking English lessons, and in the meantime, we also worked as cleaners, because we couldn't make a living out of playing music. But as soon as the regime found out we were learning English, they realized we wanted to leave, so they took my passport.
After the fall of the Iron Curtain, Fraternity experienced a second wave of popularity. Despite a number of breakups and new lineups, it remains to this day one of Hungary's most enduring rock bands.
We became very popular at the time, even in the smallest villages. At least 2,000 people turned out for our concerts. We were doing very well, but we were not good. We simply became trendy. Music history is paved with stories like ours.
Ferro's 2005 memoirs reveal all about the man, the band and their troubles with Hungary's communist authorities following the release of secret documents after the Iron Curtain fell.